All right, Zath, here we are. Game 1. RSTC in the green. What are they fielding? What do we got here?
RSTC from Asia bringing a Yu Yang. That's Reinhardt Iron with a Radar Yu Yang. Ziran with our first look at a Delny Raptor.
No, we've seen a Delny.
Have we?
We have.
Oh, yeah, once.
Once.
Day one, I think.
I think so.
We got Alcatel in a Venezia, the standard, not unique upgrade. Clancy, not her, and a Goliath. Typical. Well, kind of. No, that's a like Outlast build, really. Soneto in a Castilla. Mizuha in a Salem, going for the T-Rex Radar. And we've got Vladilina, yes, in a Republique. Interesting, with the DCP module in the first slot.
I like it.
What do we have? Yeah, what do we have to the south, Raptor?
Them is fielding one of my favorite battleships in the game, Zath, and that is Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
Nice build with the brisk and the gun feeder skill. Ooh, I like this, Zath. I like everything I'm seeing right here. 14-inch gun, so she's not going to be crushing many cruisers, but that HE is brutal if you use it correctly. Surrounding the Rhode Island, we have Medzuko's Elbing running north here. Unique upgrade and range module there. Range captain skill. Aelbard also in an Elbing, not running the range skill, so you can see him moving a little closer to the cap. Backed up by Takbir's Lushun in the Dazzle there. I like the Dazzle idea on Lushun. I have to try that myself. Farms is Wushta. A little bit of gun reload there. And then the two-ship element headed to the south. That's Bogdan's Venezia running the unique upgrade. And Eye in the Sky and spotter plane module. So all of the spotter plane things. And Ferry's Defense running top grade gunner and a little bit of gun reload.
Now, we've seen them do this before, where they try to get up to this island as quickly as possible, the one in B2. And if you can control that island, then you can control ACAP. But last time this happened, it ended up being disastrous for them, as they lost 2 ships in somewhat short order. Now, with the Rhode Island on this side, though, I mean, it's got the engine boost running already, it's got the radar, and all that kind of stuff, so that could work out in their favor. I'm curious to know what's going to happen with this Republic. You see that the Repub is in a circle, or in a central position, able to change flank wherever needed, but you can see Team Green, RTSC, also, or STC, also going hard for this island, and I just got to play with the lines. Yay.
Yep. Well, and that stern turret on Repub is not 360. So, you know, we saw a team back on day 2 running a Colombo from a central position. And Colombo is a battleship that I don't have a very high opinion of. But they got amazing value out of it, largely because those 360 turrets, oh my goodness. Big Elbing salvo there on the Delny. Look at that. Wow. Spa Cruiser doing Spa Cruiser things here, Zath.
Yes, indeedy. So Delny's going to get to the island first, and he's going to be in relative safety. So Netos Castilla now shows up and says, okay, you guys can shoot me for a couple minutes now.
Republic looking for big salvos on the Rhode Island here. Go ahead.
Deepest Dungeon uses that radar that often surprises players in random battles. Wait, another battleship with radar? Yes.
Yep. 9-kilometer radar on Rhode Island. A lot of players forget about it. They permanently get one of the Delny's torpedo tubes right there. They're really pushing hard to kill this Delny.
Yeah, it's not a perma. It was just stunned. It's still up.
Okay, all right. Yes, I see it now. Another big salvo on Ziran with the radar ticking. Radar still got 7-8 more seconds here to go.
Yeah.
Oh, big Citadel coming in on the Repub. From the Repub on the Rhode Island, excuse me.
On the Rhode Island. Yep, saw that.
One last salvo going out at Ziran, but I don't think they're going to hag him with it. They get a little bit more chip damage, but that's the end of it there. Ziran slips away on 2,400 HP.
The biggest thing is that Deepest Dungeon goes to the island and says, this is my island. You will leave this island.
I mean, I don't know, Zat. Here's the thing about Rhode Island, right? As good as she is, and she is good, But she still only has 14-inch guns. A whole lot of Tier 10 cruisers can easily bow tank those guns.
Like the Castilla, for example.
Like the Castilla. So if RSTC was so inclined, they could potentially consider a cruiser torpedo charge against the Rhode Island. I would not try it with a destroyer. That HE is very, very bad against destroyers. But with a cruiser, you might could get away with it. Well, they've succeeded in pushing RSTC back off the A cap. RSTC not having any radar up here. That's going to allow the Elbing Lushun to tag team the A cap. And then it's going to be up to them to kind of just dig in and hold. As the defense and the Venezia down south have to figure out what's pushing into them. They can't spot any of these ships yet, but Bogdan's Venezia sitting out here, well spotted.
All right, well, now that them has both A and B caps, that does put a bit of a timer on RSTC. Deepest Dungeon being reminded that he kind of has to sit there for a little longer.
Being reminded that the Republic is still there and still has larger caliber guns than he does. Vladilena doing a really good job of managing Repub's health, right? Repub, I won't say very, but I'll say somewhat vulnerable to being farmed out to like a Wooster. Let's see, this Wooster has IFHE. I bet he does. He does not, actually. So
no.
that would all be based on fire damage. Probably not able to pen the upper works, right? But
correct.
Still noteworthy, that if you put that ship in the wrong position, it can go out a little quicker than you might expect because of how soft it is.
Right. Republic has 32 millimeters of armor all around, so IFHE Wooster means that the HE shells would chew into that 32 millimeters of armor, do basically a little bit more damage at the expense of fires.
Salem radar going up for Mizua. They're looking for information now. They can see Ferry's defense in the cap. They know exactly where he is as Bogdan's Venezia dodging deepwater torpedo salvos and taking a shot at Mizua's Salem with his SAP. Nice hit. 10K. Elbing getting in on this action now. Helbing has brilliant shots on Missoula. Check out how quick. Look at this. Look at the Citadels racking up here on this broadside cruiser, Zath. They brought an Elbing back to mid, and RSTC is paying the price right now. Salem trying to get angled, struggling with it.
He's managing, but he's going to be showing side to the Venezia now. Bogdan is getting ready.
The trick is they've really got him pincered in here, Zath. There's nowhere he can run.
53 hit points and done.
He's going to get some good AP damage into the back of the defense, but that's going to be it. Now the Delny, that's Zirin, also took some damage as he's rotated back to mid. Vladilena going to eat a torpedo there from the Elbing as well. And Zirin may go out right here. A single shell, and he does. Madzuko claims a kill.
Huge kills.
Yeah, big kills. Big kills, them up 2 ships and sitting on the cap lead here. It's all on RSTC to try to change the status quo, but man, I don't know how they're going to do it.
Not sure either.
They're going to push Reinhardt's Yang into the B cap to at least stop those points. That buys them some time. They're going to need the Repub to make his presence known somewhere, Zath. I think that's the only way they can push this.
Yep, and now that all that's gone down, Deepest Dungeon, the Rhode Island, is like, okay, I think I can come out and play now. But he's got 2 cruisers that have just been waiting for him to show himself. So he really can't.
He's got to be a little cautious,
Homer
right?
Simpson's behind the island again.
Yeah, yep. Back, just going to kind of fade back into things there. Now, Reinhardt's Yang has moved up onto this island trying to block the B cap, but he's locked up on Ferry's defense hydro, and Bogdan's Venezia has been dunking him with SAP. Eobard's Elbing is also here, and he goes out as well.
Seals the deal.
Yeah.
Oof, Castilla just got smacked, 253.
Yes. RSTC just absolutely getting manhandled here in game 1. They're down to 60 seconds on the timer when the Castilla goes right here. No, those shells didn't do it. I'm surprised.
That's all right. Deepest Dungeon comes around it and doesn't shoot him either.
Nope.
Question mark.
Deepest looks like he's taking a salvo on the Venezia broadside with his AP.
Yes, and the Republic now shooting with his AP.
Oh my
clobber.
goodness! Rhode Island just dunking. Who is this? Alcas Venezia back here.
Mm-hmm. Who is stuck bow in and sitting.
They do finally bag the Castilla. 2 seconds on the clock.
Oh,
Are they going to
I
get
wonder
the
if he
repub?
disconnected.
He may have. I don't know. Are they going to get the repub? They're going to get the repub in trash time, Zath. And there it is.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Trash time.
Wow. Well, I mean, there's that 8-second window between you win and the game actually ending now. So
I'm
so there
so
you
glad
go.
they put that in, by the way.
I am too, actually. Goodness gracious. A solid showing from the X Lair guys here in game 1. Wow.